Yep. Yep. Y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know who it is, y'all. King Ade with the Wizards Review. And this probably gonna be a short one today. You know what I'm saying? We took a L today. You know, played the Sixers game 3. We came back to the city. I was hoping that the result might be different because we were at home. The energy was there. We had the biggest crowd of the season. I was hoping all of that might pull out a miracle. However, we already know in the NBA in the playoffs, 7-game series, the better team wins, and this is a 1 versus 8 matchup, and this is looking every bit like a 1 versus 8 matchup, man. So, let's get right into it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take too long. We already know what happened. I think that next game, it might be the last stream for the season. Anyway, y'all. Anyway, all right, man. So I'm gonna start with the things I liked since we lost the game. There were a couple of things that I liked in the game. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I liked was Bill early on and throughout the game. He was being aggressive, just trying to do what he could do. He had 25 points tonight. You know what I mean? He didn't shoot that well, and he had a negative 29 plus minus tonight. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to blame him for the reason we lost the game. You know what I'm saying? The plus minus, that stat can be misleading. You know what I mean? So, you can take it as it is, man. But, I did like how he tried to play and played hard. I also liked, Westbrook. He played well tonight. He had a triple-double. He didn't turn the ball over too much. But he played as good as a game as we could ask him to play in this type of circumstance. And we still lost by almost 30 points. You know what I mean? So that just right there tells you that we were just overmatched from jump. You know what I mean? We already knew that. This wasn't no surprise. We were just hoping for the best, you know what I mean, because of the way we were playing towards the end of the season. But I said this, I'm going to say it again. I'm telling you, I think Philly going to take the East. I said that the second game we played Philly in the regular season after I saw what they could do. You know what I mean? And so, Westbrook played a good game. I can't blame him. Beal played aggressive. He didn't turn the ball over too much. He could have shot the ball better, but they have great defense. So I'm not blaming him. They're just a better team. What else? I liked our bench. I liked what Ish and Gafford gave us. Especially in the first half. And I like how Gafford played throughout the game, just trying to battle. Embiid is a monster. So for him to try to battle, as well as Lopez and Lynn, they battled too. But I felt that Gafford was the most effective of the 3 big men. So I liked how he played tonight. I liked our second quarter getting back into the game because we went down double digits early, fast, first quarter. It was ugly. You know what I'm saying? But we fought. We fought for a little bit. We were getting close. We got into single digits and everything, but we just couldn't sustain. We just couldn't hang with them, man. So, and then at the beginning of the third quarter, we ended the first half with a double-digit deficit, and we came out in the third quarter. At the beginning of the third quarter, hit a few threes. Westbrook hit a few threes. I liked how we came out, but that was it. That was all I liked about the game today. You know what I'm saying? It was an ugly, dominant performance by the Philadelphia 76ers, man. I got to give them props. They're just way too much for us, man. So let's just start with the things that I disliked. And early, Ben Simmons, he just did too much again, just getting to the paint at will. Nobody on our team could guard him. I mean, how can I be mad when we just don't have the personnel to stick with these dudes? You know what I mean? They're just a big team. And they were using their size against us all game long. They just dominated us. So we didn't rebound the ball too well. What else I didn't like? The Sixers, they double-digit lead throughout the game. Again, they beat us by almost 30 for the second game in a row. You know what I mean? I don't expect anything different in the game 4, honestly. We might lose by 20. You know what I'm saying? We might lose by 20 in game 4. But I think this is about to be a sweep, you know what I mean? So it's hard to say, but it's the truth. What else? Oh, man, Bertans. We paid him $80 million. For what? Why did we do that? He brought nothing to the table. If he's not hitting threes, what does he bring to the table? He can't play D. He can't rebound. You know what I mean? He's a liability on the court. He's a liability on the court. Throughout Twitter, Wizards Twitter all night, that was one of the big things that were being talked about. It's just, what is he out there for? How can we pay him this much money and he's so ineffective? He's ineffective. He does nothing. But I'm not going to blame him for the reason we lost. We were just overmatched. But it was a glaring weakness having him on the floor. There's no doubt about it. So I wasn't happy about that. And then our Achilles heel throughout the season. I already mentioned one of them, which was our rebounding. That's been our Achilles heel. But again, Philly killed us with a three-point shot, man. They hit too many threes. We couldn't guard the three-point line. There's been an Achilles heel throughout the season, and it showed up very ugly today, man. They were hitting threes. Everybody was hitting threes on that team, man. We couldn't stop them. So I didn't like that. And then we weren't hitting threes. There's no way we had a chance to win if we weren't hitting threes. And, we shot the ball better this game than we did last game, but it still wasn't good enough, man. It just wasn't good enough. So I didn't like that at all. The five starters on the Sixers scored double figures tonight. That in itself should just tell you how talented, how deep they are. You know what I mean? Like, everybody scored. Everybody went double figures. We couldn't really double because when we tried to double, they'd get the ball out or Embiid would do something crazy. You know what I mean? So we just couldn't guard them. We don't have the personnel to guard the Philadelphia 76ers. You know what I mean? And then the final thing that I didn't like as a Wizards fan, but I did like as a basketball fan. Just a pure basketball fan, but as a Wizards fan, I hated this. But as a basketball fan, you got to give credit where credit is due. And I got to give credit to Joel Embiid. That bull, he's the reason why I think the Sixers are going to win the East. And he showed everything tonight. You know what I mean? He was scoring all three levels in the paint, mid-range game, hitting threes, taking our center out, hitting with the crossover. I mean, this boy is the truth, man. Like, he's the truth. There's no doubt about it, man. Joel Embiid is the best big man in the league right now. And there is no doubt about it, man. He can do everything on the court. And he was just doing things way too easy. He's been shooting over 60% field goal percentage from the floor throughout the series. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have nothing for him. They try to throw double teams. He hit him with a step back. He was doing some crazy, like, as a Wizards fan, I was like, ugh. But as a basketball fan, I was like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? It was... You know what I mean? You got to give him credit, man. That boy's the truth, man. And he was the biggest reason why we lost. Because if we can't stop Embiid, he's the heart to the Sixers. You can't stop him, you don't have a chance. Because you have to contain him. But all he's going to do is just pass the ball out to the three-point shooters, whether it's Green or whether it's Curry. You know what I'm saying? Or whether it's Tobias Harris. They got so much going for them. And that's just the starting five. We're not even talking about coming off the bench or anything like that, man. So... overall, man, we're just outmatched. We're outcoached. Our personnel's not good enough. I think we're going to get swept, honestly, man. I think my next live stream is going to be the last one for the season. And, I might talk here and there. I might get on here during the summer. But I don't even want to speak that far ahead. Let's just wait till game 4. You know what I mean? But this was a hard one. This was a tough one. But as you can see, I'm not even angry because this is what I anticipated. I was hoping that, we might turn it around. But every game you can see that we had our best chance to win a game 1. And that was the closest deficit, when we lost the game. But it just looks like the Sixers just watched film, made their adjustments, and we don't have any more adjustments we can make. We don't have the personnel. You know what I mean? So I anticipate us losing again by double digits. We just cannot match up with them, no matter what we try to do. Like, Joel Embiid is the truth. Ben Simmons, he can't shoot, but he still can get anywhere on the floor. And he's just too much in the paint. He plays good defense. And then Tobias Harris, he didn't even play well in the first half, but he came on in the third quarter. Matter of fact, Joel Embiid scored 36 points tonight in 3 quarters. He didn't even play the fourth quarter, as well as Simmons. So all of these things I just mentioned contribute to the reason why we lost tonight. It was an ugly game. It just showed the personnel difference between the Sixers and the Wizards. It was clear as day. We got work to do in the personnel department. But in the NBA, when you have those players, those like LeBron types, those KD types, those Embiid types, those type players, it's not like the NFL. One player on an NBA team could change the fortunes from not making the playoffs to going to the Eastern Conference Finals or the finals as a whole. Like, we don't have any of those players, and I doubt we're going to get one of those players next season. So, we had a good season. Overall, we made the playoffs, so as a Wizards fan, I'm happy about that. But this was a buzzsaw that we ran into, man, a brick wall, and we try to bump our heads, and all we're doing is bleeding. You know what I mean? So it was a tough loss. I'm going to definitely, watch the next game and just hope that we could at least get one, a gentleman's sweep. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we could get one, man. But anyway, man, that's about time, man. I hope you enjoy the content, man. If so, man, I would appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, The Wizards Review. You can search us on YouTube, like us on Facebook at The Wizards Review, and follow us on Twitter at Wizards Review. Also, you can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and NBA 2K Next Gen on the Xbox Series X or X. You know what I mean? You find me in the park running around, balling. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, it was a tough game. Just keep your head up, man. Just look at the bright side, man. We made the playoffs. We did it. We had a decent season, but we're gonna have a lot of questions going into the offseason. That's for sure. And I know there's one more game, but we saw what it is, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real. We saw what it was, man. We just not matching up with them. I anticipate them to beat us. Hopefully they don't beat us by 30 again. You know what I mean? So anyway, man. It's King Ade, man. Hope y'all guys have a good evening. I'm going to see y'all next time, all right? Peace.